Hi guys, welcome back to Sunday Leeds Champions League. My name is Chris, aka Big Will, and today we have games against Hibernian at home, followed by St Mirren away. It's going to be the last two games of the main part of the league campaign before the league split into the top and bottom half. And in terms of our form recently, it's not been too bad. You were with us for the games against Kilmarnock and Aberdeen last time out. Since then, we've only had a few matches, but we managed a huge result against Celtic. We beat them by a goal to nil. We then beat Inverness in the cup quarter final by 3 goals to 2. We were 3-0 up in that game, but we did let them back into it. And for some reason, we really struggled against Ross County. We were 1-0 up, then 2-1 down, and we managed to get the equaliser with 15 minutes to spare. But we have these last two league games, like I say, before the league split. And as you can see by the league table, with that draw against Ross County in mind, of course, we're 3 points clear of Celtic at the moment. So that win that we had against them is vital, but their goal difference is just slightly better than ours. So we need to really knuckle down, try and get some goals knocked in, and because I've got a very strong feeling that goal difference could become a factor here. And obviously, with the league split happening very soon, we will have to play Celtic and Rangers again. Rangers, the only team to have the better of us this season in terms of beating us. So hopefully we can end that run. It would be very important if we did it in that game, as it could determine whether we potentially have it in us to win a league title or not. And with that in mind, of course, I'm kind of hoping that we can play Rangers and Celtic as the first two games of that league split as well. Get the tougher, what I would say are the tougher games out of the way, and then we can focus in on the other games and try and get the wins that we need. But we'll have to just see how the fixtures line up for us. For the game against Hibernian, we've got to focus on these two games. For this game, we've got Stashevski in goal, Sarr, Graham, Quinones and Ashcroft, O'Donnell, Kesgin and James in midfield, Polidoro and Gararapa out wide, and Almasi leading the line once again. A lot of focus has got to go into these games against Hibs and St Mirren. They're must-win games. We can afford to drop points, of course, but a defeat would really harm our chances, to be quite honest, because Celtic are in a good run of form at the moment and they are looking very good. We've already secured European qualification as well, which is great news, but obviously we want bigger and better things. If we can keep doing what we're doing and finish in the top two, we will get Champions League qualification. Whether it'll be straightforward into a group stage or not, I'm not entirely sure, especially if we finish first, I'm not sure. But qualifiers will be a certainty if we can get into that top two, and obviously financially it'll be a huge benefit for the club. And we'll just have to wait and see. We've got to really knuckle down and see how we get on. And here is Polidoro looking over the top here, and Almasi's in behind, and Almasi, brilliant save from the goalkeeper. Very, very good, important save from the Hibernian man. It remains 0-0, but that was a really good opportunity for us. And from the resulting corner, Polidoro to take, swings it in, and Quinones was there with the header. It's just over the crossbar. And good positive signs early on. We've not had a lot of the ball so far, but possession is quite even still. But we are creating the majority of the chances. We just need to take them. Here is O'Donnell playing it out wide to Gararapa here, and he's charging down this right hand side. He does have support arriving in the penalty area if he can find it. He plays it back to Ashcroft. Can he get the ball in? No, he finds it to Gararapa again. And what an effort that was from the winger, and it's just over the bar, trying to curl it into that far corner from where he was positioned, of course. And just over the bar, Ashcroft here to Azak Kesgin, now Polidoro, finds Helder Sarr, who charges into the penalty area. He needs support, finds Polidoro, again, very tight in the penalty area here, and another save from the Hibernian goalkeeper, Almasi. Couldn't put it either side of him. It was a tough chance to take. I think he was facing away from goal, but it remains 0-0. Positive signs, but we need that goal. We need a goal urgently, and I'd rather have one before half-time, to be honest. Hibernian yet to have an attempt on target, and so far 4 on target from ourselves. Hibs have just had their shot on target, by the way. And here is Ashcroft with a throw into O'Donnell. Ashcroft looks to potentially swing it in here, finds Gararapa in the penalty area, and he's found Almasi, and it took a slight deflection off the defender, and it was enough to allow the goalkeeper to be able to get onto it. 0-0 at half time. Happy with the way that we're playing, but we need that goal desperately here. We've been quite unlucky so far, in my opinion. Like I say, majority of the chances, majority of the ball, we're playing well. We've just lacked that finishing touch. McGuinness here with a corner for Hibernian. It's cleared away. Gudmundsson back into McGuinness, who looks to get it in. It's taken a huge block from O'Donnell, and Gary Rapper plays it back to him. And O'Donnell manages to clear, and Polidoro's managed to pick it up here, just inside the Hibernian half, plays it back to Helder Sarr. He beats the winger, finds Polidoro again, and that is a great ball over the top. And Almasi could be in, and he's lobbed it in, and that is a lovely finish from Ladislav Almasi. It's 1-0 right at the start of the second half. Really good counter-attack from the lads. Polidoro worked really well on that left-hand side there, and we have that very important lead. Also, I might add, Celtic played Rangers not long ago and it finished 1-0, and again it was a late goal that led to Celtic getting the win. So that was a huge blow from our point of view, but we do still have it in our hands, of course, so plenty to play for. Still playing really well, a lot of the chances going our way. Still Polidoro's delivery, and Graham has hit the crossbar here. Almasi's managed to pick it up. It's a free kick. Almasi has given it away by challenging the defender there, and it remains 1-0. But again, still being very creative, which is what I like to see. Our finishing does need a little bit of work occasionally, though. We have found this in a number of games. We're finding ways to win, which is great. But for the latter part, in like the last few matches or so, we've struggled to just have that finishing touch, unfortunately. And I think we're going to have to make a triple change here. All of our front three are struggling for fitness here in these last 10 minutes. I don't want to make too many changes, but I think, obviously, with the big games coming up, we're going to have to be mindful of all of our players' fitness, really. So we're going to change the front three just to freshen it up a bit. Our midfield seems fine as well, but our front three have been the best performers today, and very, very big credit to them. Johnson here with the delivery forward. Occo Flex looking to get onto it, but Ashcroft wins it. James does well to win it again. Now Cudjoe plays it forward. Fraser Sharp couldn't beat Rocky, and Kobayashi finds Occo Flex. Now Hedges, and it's cleared forward. Perkins couldn't get there. Quinones finds Graham. Azak Kesgin to O'Donnell. Really good passing and movement here. And Cudjoe with a brilliant pass here. And John James finds Fraser Sharp. Big opportunity, and he's hit the post. He gets the rebound, plays it back, and couldn't quite find Lulich, and they just about get it away. Looking for Perkins, but Graham does well. O'Donnell to Kesgin. Again, that midfield three, moving the ball superbly between them. And we have a throw here on this left-hand side with Helder Sarr. Fraser Sharp knocks it back to him. He has a chance to beat his man, but plays it back into Graham. Into O'Donnell again here. Just moving the ball nicely. We just need to be mindful and get that opportunity created if we can. And Ashcroft in the end charged in, went for glory. It's gone over the bar. It remains 1-0, and we're into the last few minutes here. Can we hold on for what, again, will be a very important win? O'Donnell looks over the top here for Lulich. He has support arriving in the penalty area. There's actually 5 players in there at the minute. Lulich still holding on to the ball. Is he going to strike it? He is. It took a deflection, and again, Johnson makes the claim. Ashcroft with the throw into Cudjoe, back into Ashcroft. Holds on to it well. Has got support, but he needs to be careful here, and he's given it away. And Occo Flex could be breaking forward now for Hibernian, and he's still carrying the ball here. Occo Flex, he's still going. He has support, but he went for glory. Stashevsky with a very important save here, right at the end of the game. We've got 2 minutes left of added time. Magenis with the delivery. Stashevsky with a huge leap and claim there, and that has secured the 3 points for us right at the very end. Hibs giving us a big scare there, but we've held on for the win. Really important 3 points, as I mentioned before. I'm not too sure who Celtic are playing, but they're playing in-game next time round on the next day. So we've got a week before the game against St Mirren, so we'll look forward to that. And in the meantime, we have got a 6-point gap. Granted, they've got a game in hand, which, by the looks of it, is going to be against Hearts. So Hearts haven't been the team that they were last season, but it is a tough game. Hopefully, they can take some points off Celtic in their next game. But like I say, St Mirren to come in a week's time, and fingers crossed, Hearts can get that result, and we will be back shortly to see if we can carry on this winning run. Okay, then here we go for the away game against St Mirren. And the big news was that Hearts managed to beat Celtic by 2 goals to 1. And as such, from that, as you can see, we have a 6 point gap. Now, going into this game against St Mirren, Celtic are at home against bottom of the league Inverness, so you have to expect them to win against them. And Rangers are away against second bottom Kilmarnock as well, so you'd expect them to get a good result as well. I'm hopeful we can beat St Mirren. Like I say, we're performing above expectations. Every game is a tough game, but every game for us now is going to be like a cup final, and it has to be like that. We have had an injury to O'Donnell as well in midfield, which he's going to be out for a few weeks. Hopefully, he won't miss too many matches. But as we look into it going forward, I think we've really got an opportunity here. 6 points clear, potentially just if we can win today, we'll have the 5 games to play. 6 points clear with 5 games to play is a massive, massive opportunity. And I know I keep saying it every single episode, every single half episode, even. We weren't expecting to be top of the league. We are in such a position now where we can afford 1 or 2 mistakes. But this game against St Mirren is must win. And then with the 5 games to play, we have to win 3 of them. And this is the thing. We have to win 3 of them and draw 1 to guarantee it. Can we get a result here? They've had a couple of draws and a few losses, St Mirren, in recent games. They seem to be stronger a little bit at home. So obviously we've got our work cut out for us here. We've got to play well. Celtic have actually taken the lead after 7 minutes against Inverness, as you can see to the right of your screen. And again, all the pressure is on us now. We've got that gap at the top. We need to maintain it if we can, especially for this match. Here's Heldesar with the ball in. Almasi nods it down to Moore, and Moore has been brought down here, and I think we may have a penalty. VAR has told the referee to go and have a look at it, and that is where he's off to. Have we got ourselves a penalty here? Stashevski's the top goal-scoring goalkeeper probably in Europe right now. Is he going to have the opportunity to knock in another penalty? No penalty, that's a shame. So free kick to St Mirren, and we continue. No shots on target from either side so far. Here is McDonald with a free kick, looks to play it in. Canurnes wins the header. Azat Kesgin looks to further it away, looking for Almasi. Henderson picks it up, charges down this our left-hand side. They're right, plays it in. Graham clears. Now Langello back to Bacchus. Kemp, good interception by Heldesar. Chance for a breakaway maybe for us here. Polidoro into Heldesar down this left-hand side. Good turn from him. Finds Azat Kesgin. Needs support. Plays it over the top. What a pass. Almasi beats Macy. And that is a brilliant counter-attack from us. 25 minutes in. We have the lead. And Almasi again proving just how important he is to the side. You got to remember, he's 6'6". He's not one for running in behind, but he has done so well as that pressing forward this season. He has been our main man. What a player he's become this season for us. And Celtic are definitely winning their game. Castro with a hat-trick. And all the pressure, of course, is on us now. We have to come through with this and hopefully get the 3 points. Moore gives it away cheaply. Kemp here to McDonald. Graham with a brilliant challenge there, and Heldesar picks it up. He manages to beat his man, but McDonald catches up to him. He was surrounded by 3 players there, Heldesar. It was very difficult for him to get out of that, and Ashcroft picks it up well. Plays it back to Canurnes. Ashcroft and Canurnes both on yellow cards, of course, so something that we might have to be mindful of when it comes to the second half. Canurnes just holds on to it, plays it forward into Gary Rapper. Now Ashcroft has support ahead of him, but plays it to Canurnes, who plays a brilliant ball over the top. Gary Rapper finds Almasi, and he couldn't get it on target. It was a brilliant bit of play down that right-hand side. Canurnes with an excellent pass over the top for Gary Rapper, but he couldn't quite get it down there, Almasi, and we have that 1-goal lead at half-time. I am concerned about those 2 yellow cards, but for the time being, I'm just going to leave things as they are, and hopefully we can just secure that lead with a second goal towards the start of the second half. If it goes on a little bit, we will have to make the changes, to be honest. I I hate it when defenders are on yellow cards, especially in big games. And every game for us is a big game now, so we've got to be careful. And I mean, St Mirren haven't had a single attempt at goal at all, but that doesn't mean that they won't. There's every opportunity that they could just have one attempt and it'll go in. And at the minute, we are struggling to finish them off. We've had another yellow card, and Gary Rapper's picked up a knock. We're definitely taking him off. We need him for that end of season running. Kesgin is on a yellow card, so he's going to come off for Fiorini. Van Roy is going to come on for Ashcroft, and we're going to take Quinones off as well, I think, for Pereira. And I think we'll bring Almeida on as well. Craig Moore is struggling a little bit, but Jordan James is really struggling for fitness. So Craig Moore, we're going to push up a little bit more and bring Almeida on in that holding role. I don't like doing all 5 subs at the same time, but I think with 20 minutes to go, it is the right time to do it. We've freshened the team up. They've got to get into the game quickly, though. But it's a game that we look comfortable in, so I'm hopeful that we can just maintain what we're doing. Rangers, incidentally, are at 0-0 with Kilmarnock, and Inverness have pulled a goal back. I think it's too little too late, really. Moore does well to challenge for that. Helder Almasi into Fiorini. Helder couldn't get the ball in, but Fiorini picks it up, finds Almeida. Have we got another opportunity here? No, we haven't. And Kennedy's charging down this right-hand side for St Mirren. And that is a brilliant looking ball, looking for McDonald. It's cleared away, but it's picked up by Thomas. And now Vance, Pereira, again on point to clear. And now Langella with the delivery. Graham couldn't quite beat McDonald, but Stashevsky does well to make the claim. It remains 1-0 and still no shot on target for St Mirren. Incidentally, we've only had 2 shots on target out of our 11 attempts, which bit of a concern, but if we can hold on for the 3 points, it makes very little difference. St Mirren are growing in the game toward the end here, but it looks like, yes, we have. We've held on. We've got a 1-0 win again. We're doing really well in terms of clean sheets this season, it has to be said, but that was a huge 3 points for us, as was the Hibernian game. 2 1-0 wins, Almasi, the hero in both, and we look on to when the league splits. And as you can see, the 6-point gap is maintained. Inverness lost 3-1 in the end to Celtic, so that goal back means that the goal difference is actually the same for us and Celtic. So we're not in a disadvantage, but we're not at an advantage either. Obviously, the biggest advantage is the 6-point difference. But with the goal difference being as it is, if we drop points, likely it is Celtic are going to overtake us on goal difference as well. So a lot to focus in on. The league split won't happen for a little while, I don't think. We've got a cup semi-final in 7 days' time against Hearts first. So we'll see what happens. And we'll see how the fixtures roll out. Like I say, I'm not entirely sure how long it takes. I mean, it might be a little bit of time before it does make that league split, but we will see what happens momentarily. And if I have a look at the schedule, has it dropped? It has dropped. Oh my word, that is awful. So Rangers, so we play Celtic on the last game of the season. Oh my word, this is going to go down to the final day, isn't it? Hmm. I mean, Rangers are the only team to beat us in the league this season, and the advantage is in the game against them we've been drawn at home. If we win against St Johnstone, Hibernian, Rangers, and Aberdeen, the Celtic game doesn't matter. But we haven't beaten or drawn against Rangers. We've lost every game against them, and we have dropped points against Aberdeen this season as well. So, the fact that we've got to play Celtic last game of the season is horrible. I think what my plan is, we might do an extended episode for the last game of the season. We might cover all 3 games. I'll have a think on that, but I think what I'll do, the Hearts Cup game will be off camera. St Johnstone and Hibernian will definitely be off camera as well. We'll get them 3 out of the way, and then we'll see where we stand come the last 3 games of the season. Oh, Celtic last game, that is awful. Until next time, guys, thank you very much for supporting the channel. Please like and subscribe. It is all greatly appreciated. I will see you all next time for a potential league title episode. And this is Big Will signing away.